In today's class, we are going to talk about the physiology of respiration. Have you ever wondered when you exercise, you feel out of breath, you have to breathe very frequently than before? It is because when you are exercising, your muscles are using up all the oxygen. As a result, your body needs more oxygen and your breathing increases. So this is the process called respiration. It is a biochemical process that happens in every organism. In humans, it is a multi-step process. It is divided into three sections: the mechanical action, the chemical exchange, and the neural control. In chemical action, we can see in the board that we have drawn inhalation and exhalation. The word inhalation means breathing in. When we are breathing in, our diaphragm goes downwards, it contracts and goes downwards, and the intercostal muscles also expands. As a result, the chest cavity increases. This gives the lung more area. As a result, the increased area creates a low volume, low air pressure inside of your lung. As a result, the air from outside goes into your lung. Again, in case of exhalation, the diaphragm goes upward. This creates a pressure in your lung. Also, the intercostal muscles relaxes. As a result, your lungs shrink. The air pressure increases inside of your lung than the outside air, and the air gets forced out of your body. Chemical exchange, the gases that we inhale, like the oxygen, goes into our blood and to our cell, and from cell the carbon dioxide goes from cell to our blood and outside. Now, what helps in this process? These are the alveoli that help in the gas exchange. It is the air sacs present in our lungs. It has a pulmonary capillary around it. When the air goes inside, the carbon dioxide from the used cells in our body goes into the alveoli, and the oxygen goes into this RBC. This exchange occurs due to the partial pressure of oxygen. The oxygen goes into the blood and to our cells, and the carbon dioxide gets outside. Why does this happen so easily? This is because the wall of the alveoli is very thin. This helps in the exchange easily, and also it has a close proximity to the pulmonary capillaries. Also, there are millions of alveoli in our lung. This creates a larger surface area. As a result, the gas exchange becomes easy. And what happens after this gas goes, right? How does it goes to our cell? So, in case of oxygen, 98% will go to our cells through hemoglobin, and only 2% will be dissolved in the plasma. And the carbon dioxide, that are the waste product of the metabolic processes, will go to our air sacs through 70% through bicarbonates, 23% with hemoglobin, and 7% dissolved in the plasma. And after that, what happens in the cellular respiration? Well, it is another metabolic process where glycolysis, Krebs cycle, and then electron transport chain occurs. In this process, our body creates ATP. The main focus of respiration is to create energy, or ATP. ATP, do we know what that is? It is the energy currency of our body. Now, after that, the carbon dioxide will get exhaled. But do you know how does this occur? This occurs due to the neural control. Of neural control, how does our body understands when we have to exhale or inhale, right? That happens through our brain. So the brain has a network of neurons which gives it signal how to give signals to function our other respiratory organs. In case of when there is a less amount of oxygen in our body, the breathing will increase, right? So which part of our brain does work in this case? It works like the medulla and the pons work in this case, and the chemoreceptors will give the brain the signal that our body has less amount of oxygen, or our body has a lot of carbon dioxide in it. And then there is mechanoreceptors in lung that will also give signals. And by getting those signals, our brain will start working to give signals to our respiratory organs to either contract or relax, so that it can take control over the breathing. Now, why do we need to take care of our lungs so much, right? There are different kind of diseases that can be deadly if it occurs, like the pneumonia, the emphysema, when the surface area will decrease. As a result, the breathing will be difficult for us, and also asthma, the air sacs will inflame. So we can understand that how deadly it is if we do not take care of our lungs, if we smoke, right? So we have to take care of our lungs, and that is it for today. Thank you.